was I walk up, grab the wrist. As I pull him forward, I grab here. Then I stepped across. Remember, we turned and we set him down face down. Here. Shift with my left hand, grab palm to palm, and then I ask him to stand up, and he stands up. Okay, and he tries to stand up because it'll pop his shoulder off if he doesn't. Once you get him up, you start moving the hand up toward the shoulder. Actually, while I was standing him up, I was bringing it up towards the shoulder. It will pop off. You also take it away from his shoulder and up as you bring it there. Notice I put my forearm here, and he'll go wherever I tell him to go. Okay? But with all Fut'ga techniques, it's all about exercise of where to put your foot, positioning of your stance in relationship with what you want to do. So, in this particular context, it was coming up from this side. From the forward, his left, my right side. I could have done it from this quarter. I could have done it from this quarter. I could have done it from the halves, from the quarters back there, from straight back. From straight back on either side. Okay? And we'll look at all these things. Like in your forms, when you're standing, you're in the center of a star. Really an 8-pointed star, but it's a diamond. North, south, east, and west. Because you can step here, right? Here, back. You can also go to the quarters. In our forms, we usually don't step to the quarters, but we strike to the quarters. Right? That's on a horizontal plane. Then you have the vertical plane, where your center is the middle. And then you have north, south, east, west, and the quarters. Okay, so I could go off, I could go down, side kick to that quarter, and so forth. So you're in a globe. It's a sphere. Okay, there's your forms. That's how the form is really, the whole art is really framed after these things. But when you look at Fut'ga, he's in the center of that star. And I'm merely entering from the north, from this side, any of the 4 quarters or the 4 sides or the other quarters. So any 8-point area can be practiced. So the Fut'gas can be practiced from any side, and they should be. That's really how it's designed. So here was our first way of looking at it. We pulled him forward, shifted. What if, let's say we turned him like this. What if I was coming in from this side instead? I may step here, grab, and push as I pivot here. Okay? So now I'm just stepping here, shifting. Right here. Not much different, right? Now he turns with his back to me. Now I'm walking in here. There's his hand. That's what I'm trying to get. Let's turn him around. Okay, so I'm coming in from this side. Now I may step here and step through. Now I'm going to push. So it's more like a palm now. Notice how that angle changes. I go from a pull to a push this time because I'm coming this direction. Just like so. Okay? That's coming from the back from this perspective. What if I'm coming from this quarter over here? Now, that's the hand I want. But I happen to be way over here. I can come here, step, step, retrieve it. Step back. Here, pull. Watch my stance. So now I bring him to me. Instead of pushing him away as I step through, I'm actually bringing him to me. So I step here, I pull. See how the footwork changes. From straight on, I can take him this way. Notice how, same stance. See how my base is a left denouement, correct? I come from this quarter. I can come here. Now watch my left foot. 1, 2, step back. Set my stance. Pull. And I bring him right into me that way. Okay, just different ways to draw him in. If I'm coming this way. Now, I have 2 ways I can go. Right, to the left. If I go behind him, I have the same situation as I did from the quarter. I could use it that way. All right. If I come from the front, let's turn him around this time. Okay, this time I'm coming from the front. I come here. Now my footwork changes. It's all in relationship to where he is and where I want to bring him and how I'm in a different spot when I start. So as I step here, now it's more like a progressive pivot, isn't it? See how that works? See what I'm doing? I'm walking here, grab, push. Any questions on this?
It looks like the key is on all of them is getting them off balance, pulling them forward.
Yeah. Yeah, or pulling him back as it was from the other side. But the same thing. It's going to draw him like this, right? Mm-hmm. So he's again facing that way. And what I'm looking for is here. See how it just brings me right into that position. Okay. Now, he's facing this way. What does that do? That brings me back to the quarter, and I've almost gone all the way around. And again, is the quarter going to be somewhat related to this side? Yeah. Right? It's going to need to be. Because this side was here. The quarter, coming off here, see how it's very close? It's just a little bit different angle, not as profound of an angle. Now another way we can do this is just by grabbing the shoulder. Because I may just grab here. See, I may just grab. Now I'm not holding the arm, I'm pulling him to me. Okay, now we can play with all that stuff all day long. So now we're starting to modify. See, I could just grab here and grab here. But now look at my hold. My right hand now is palm up and not like this. Okay, so that begins to change the technique. But when you start to look at all this, what we're really trying to do is this. Get him into that position. So if we can study all the different ways that we can pull him to get here. Okay? Here. Yeah. So I can pull him back. Here. I can pull him forward. I can pull him this way. Okay? So then when you start to work it off of motion, you start to think, he's all the way around in front of me, and I pull him, see? So say you took it here and you pulled him back here, see? That's what I did here. He's facing that way. Yeah. Grab it here. Pull this direction. See what's happening with that? We're really going into the same lesson, aren't we? Right here. Going to this left leg. See where I'm pulling it? is our technique. Okay, so why don't you guys come up and start playing with this a little bit. Any other questions on this?
So this applies to all Fut'gas, you're saying?
Yes, each Fut'ga can be played with, especially the leverages and throws. Yeah. The combinations, same thing, because you can pull the guy in and strike him. You can use different manipulations to get your strike, like here. Yeah, I can move him here. If I'm coming from this side, maybe I would just come here. Right? If I'm coming this way, come here. See how I moved him accordingly to get this strike. If I'm coming straight on, don't need to move him at all. If I'm coming from the back, I can come two different sides. Here. Right? Or here. See, so even that, if it's a striking Fut'ga technique where you're just walking up and nailing him, you can get it from any angle that you're at just by moving him. If I want to turn him around to see me, I can go from this side or from this side. Very simple. Okay, so therefore, to get this strike, he punches with this hand. Okay, home. Okay, he punches with this hand. I may push him. Strike him. Or maybe I just want to move this way. See, so the punch comes here, this hand first, I step here, strike. Comes with this hand, I may just go like this, strike. Left hand do ma, he comes with this hand, left hand do ma. I just chose two different ways to get there. He comes here, here. Left hand do ma. It's a long way around the block. Right? He comes this way. Here. Left hand do ma. Okay, I got it that way too. Okay? So with this technique, just think of the grab. Think of where you want to take this. Obviously, if I take it this way, it's not going to work for me, is it? So I want to take it across my body generally, or if I'm stepping away, again, across my body, right?
And would you say, basically, you want it to go to your left hip?
Yeah,
Okay.
right, toward your left. Because if you look at the regular technique, let's go through the whole thing just briefly once again. See that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just enough to get him started, right here. Then I step over, set him down, and then I won't make him get up. But you can drop your knee here, right into his small of his back to his spine. You do the leverage. Okay? Come on up and try it.